Hey guys, we're here at Capernaum where Jesus did a lot of his ministry, so here we go. So here's a place of ruin. Don't know what it is yet, but if you look closely over there, there's like an old olive wheel with stones and everything, so it's really cool. And then over here, I think it might be a church, but we think this is what is known to be as Peter's home, so we're gonna go check that out.
Alright guys, we're just getting started at Capernaum here. So right here it's telling us about pomegranates. This is some of the designs on these the stone back here. And it says that pomegranates are a sign of abundance and fertility. And they ripen around the time of the harvest, the Sukkot, which is the Jewish harvest festival that we're in right now. So we're gonna have to get some fresh pomegranate juice here pretty soon, I think.
Okay guys, the disciples of Jesus that lived here were Peter and Andrew, James and John, the sons of Zebedee, and Matthew, the tax collector. So a fun fact for you guys.
You know what you should do?
You know how some people just want you to share everything with them? Like, oh, share this, oh, give me this to help you there. So that's kind of how the Roman Empire was. The Roman Empire, they always wanted more money, and they would hire Jewish tax collectors as their own, like, kind of minions. And the tax collectors made good money, but they would go around and take the money from the Jews, but they would actually take a little extra as a cut for themselves and then give the rest to the Romans. So they were hated among the Jews and among their family and partially disowned.
Hey guys, so we were just over there on the other side and we were talking about this wheel. This was actually like an olive press or something right there. There's actually a lot of stones laying around. I don't know what all that is. But there's a lot of really cool stuff here. So yeah, that was an olive press there.
Alright guys, we're entering into the White Synagogue, as they call it. It was built in the 4th century AD. And it was built on top of the ruins of the synagogue that Jesus preached in here in Capernaum.
Okay guys, this is the original synagogue underneath the synagogue that was built on top of it. So that's pretty cool. Jesus walked in this synagogue underneath us. So guys, these are the streets right next to Peter's home. So Jesus, John, Andrew, James, Matthew, and Jesus would have all walked on these streets to go to Peter's home. It's crazy.
Hey guys, we're at St. Peter's house. So when you look at it, it's got multiple rows that move outward towards us. But in the center where you see old, soft looking river rock, that was St. Peter's house. And then he eventually continued to build churches as the church grew. So there's a first inner circle, there's a second inner circle, and then a third inner circle that just kept growing as the church grew.
Okay guys, the next stop on our list is the Sea of Galilee. Jesus performed many miracles here. For one example is the calming of the storm, him walking on water, and the catching of many fish into Peter's boat when he caught none that night.
Hey, so we're sitting here on the Sea of Galilee. It's pretty incredible to think Jesus walked here on this water. The water's warm, and this morning in our hotel we were sitting there and we had some worship music playing and a song came on and it was talking about the miracle of him walking on the water, and to think we were just steps from that was pretty incredible. The view is breathtaking. When you look across you see Jordan, and what a sight to see, to know that Jesus was here.
Hey guys, so we're here at Church of Multiplication. This is supposedly where Jesus fed 5,000 people. So this is really cool.
So we're in the building now, and we got a mass crowd, and so it looks like it's a tour right now. Okay guys, we gotta be silent. I can still get my
Check out that statue.
Okay. We are standing in the presence of where Jesus performed the feeding of the 5,000 with 5 loaves and 2 fish. It's crazy because Jesus had 12 baskets full left after he performed this miracle.
Hey guys, we're here in Magdala where Mary of Magdalene lived. Right here they were actually supposed to build a hotel, but when they were digging, they found all of this in 2009.
And that made the hotel very popular.
Yes, it did.
Chan, this is the synagogue area.
Synagogue?
Jesus probably set foot in this synagogue sometime in his ministry. It's crazy to think. This synagogue is dated back to the 1st century AD and was the first discovered here in Galilee, so that's pretty crazy. It was also one of the 7 in this area for the synagogues. We have completed Magdala. Now let's head to our next stop. Okay guys, we're heading to the Church of the Primacy of St. Peter. Found this crazy rock slab in a aqueduct down there. But it's really pretty down here with all these pretty trees. Don't find many of these trees here in Israel.
Yep, it's the Church of the Primacy of St. Peter. And I'm not really sure what all the relevance of that is, but we're gonna find out. I'll tell you here in a minute.
All right, we'll find out inside. So we're out of luck for that part, but we'll explain after. Hey, how does that feel?
Oh my gosh, it's so nice.
All right.
It's literally it's like not warm.
Oh, that's really,
It's not cold.
really warm. It's not cold though.
It's not hot.
Got the church right there. So I believe this is supposed to be, where Jesus showed up to his disciples after his resurrection from the dead.
Hey, so just down the path is St. Peter's Church, and it's known as probably the first church in the 1st century after Jesus had ascended, and Jesus looked at Peter and said, "On this rock I will build my church," and he was talking about Peter, right? Peter being one of Jesus' apostles. What's significant about this church is inside there is a massive rock mound that they have built the church around, and that is where Jesus, after being down in Jerusalem, had come up here, told Peter to go fishing, and he said, "I won't get any fish." Jesus said, "Throw the nets on the other side," and of course there were lots of fish. And so he brought his disciples back onto shore on the rock inside this church, and there he cooked breakfast, and he looked at Peter and said, "Peter, do you love me?" And Peter responded, I should say, "Of course I love you, Jesus." And of course that went 3 times because Peter had denied Jesus 3 times. But Jesus was looking for agape love, and Peter was saying it filio love, so brotherly love. which agape is the ultimate love, and our English language doesn't give it justice.
Okay guys, we've just arrived at the Sermon on the Mount. The Church of the Beatitudes is what it's called, but this is historically known as the place Jesus taught his most famous and longest sermon, the Sermon on the Mount. Okay guys, I gotta mention though, the view up here is unreal. You're right above the Sea of Galilee, and it's insane. These beautiful trees here are very pretty. The grass is super green. The plants are as green as you can get.
And look at that right there. There's like a kind of like a design. I think it's a fountain.
We got some fountains too, so there's plenty else to check out. We're not even getting started here. So it's a quick 1-minute walk to the church here before we enter it, and we got a list of the Beatitudes here. Alright guys, so the Church of the Beatitudes just closed, but this is not the end of our adventure. We've still got plenty of time left to do all kinds of adventures this week. We're going to go to Jerusalem tomorrow, so that's about maybe an hour to 3 hour drive, so let's hit it. Make sure you like and subscribe.